Another lonely night in an empty bed.
I have been super emotional the last couple of days, and I'm not one to get emotional. Ask anyone in my life. I don't cry like ever, so I am chalking me being emotional up to the fact that I'm exhausted and feel sleep deprived. It's about to be that time of month, and I turned 32 this month, and I'm still single. And I know that sounds so dramatic, but it's been crossing my mind a lot this past month. Well, really past couple of days since it became September. I've been single for 4 years, and it really sucks being the only person in your friend group that's single, the only one pretty much in your life without a life partner. And I think all the time about how much easier my life would be if I had someone to share that with, if I had someone to share the financial burden with, someone to help with cooking, someone to help with cleaning, how less stressed I would be, because I feel like I take on a lot, and I do a lot, not only for myself, but the people in my life. And I am so tired of people telling me, oh, you're gonna find him when you least expect it. Oh, stop looking for him and it'll happen. Or maybe you need to work on yourself. Listen, I've been working on myself for 4 freaking years. I've been single for 4 years, and part of that's my own choice because I got out of a really bad relationship and I decided I was never going to settle for less ever again. So part of that is my own choice. But while I don't go on a ton of dates, I do go on dates. Sometimes I went to a dating event recently, and I know people that have gone on one date from a dating app and they find their partner, and here I am still single. And to be frankly honest, it sucks. I'm terrified that I'm never going to find that person. I'm terrified that by the time I do find that person, I'm not going to be able to have kids.
She's crying, exhausted, and feeling the pressure of time, but she still isn't willing to lower her standards. That's the paradox. She wants love and a family, yet she won't settle for anyone who doesn't meet her expectations. She's been single for years, going on dates, trying to find a partner, and still comes up empty. Meanwhile, the clock keeps ticking, and her options aren't getting any bigger. That's the hard truth they can't avoid as the years go by.
This is a really vulnerable thing to talk about, but as a woman who's nearing the age of 30, I think I've finally hit that point where I'm genuinely frustrated and upset and overwhelmed by the emotions of being alone. Before I say anything else, I want to make it clear that I grew up as an only child. I have had very few serious relationships. I think the issue I've had is that I've been single for such a long period of time that when a person reignites and reminds me that there are these feelings that are tucked away inside of me, I am so overwhelmed by them, and I'm reminded this is how I should feel and how I can get there. But because I have all of these standards and ideals and things I want in a partner, I have been alone for maybe longer than I thought I would be. I think I'm getting to a point where the loneliness has consumed me, and I don't know how to work through it, because I do think women always feel this pressure of being on a timeline, and you open up Instagram and people are getting engaged, getting married, having kids.
She's approaching 30, having a hard time finding relationships, and admits to having high standards. She faces a harsh reality when she sees everyone around her getting married and having kids. Suddenly, independence and waiting for the perfect partner start feeling heavy. The truth is, the longer she waits and the higher her standards, the smaller the pool of options becomes. And that loneliness she feels, that's the consequence she can't avoid as time keeps moving.
Maybe it's just me, but I fully did not expect to be single and
at 30 as a desi girly. But I have absolutely no complaints. I've been single for 4 years and I have been loving it. I always talk about their bachelor era and I'm in my bachelorette era, and it's so fun. There's no reason to be sad or embarrassed that you're still single. Even when everyone around you is married or in a relationship, or everyone in your community or your family is asking when you're gonna get married or putting pressure on you and making you feel like there's something wrong with you. Because honestly speaking, you can't do anything about divine timing and what's meant for you. Like, you just can't. So there's no reason to be sad about it and to waste your precious time in this chapter of your life that you'll never get back. Being in a healthy, loving relationship and being married is great, I'm sure, but so is enjoying the chapter that you're at. Like, you do not need to press forward on this and make it a miserable part of your life. Like, I know I haven't. I'm currently in Dubai at this really cute hotel. I had my business event last night and I was out having shisha at 5 a.m. I am gonna go work on my business. I'm gonna go to Pilates. I have my new friends that I've met. I'm gonna continue traveling. I'm going to enjoy the independence that I have and the freedom that I have, the money that I have from not having to spend on other things or another person or other people like kids. I'm going to do some personal development, learn about myself and unpack a lot of things, go to therapy. I'm going to spend time with my family and friends that I might not get to spend time with as much when I am in a relationship. All I'm saying is don't waste this chapter. You'll never get it again.
What the strong, independent women don't realize is that a lot of their struggles in dating are self-made. They hit their goals, build their careers, and then only look at men who earn the same or more. That quickly shrinks their options. And the men who do qualify usually have their pick of younger, more feminine women who bring peace instead of competition. So while she's out here traveling, doing Pilates, and calling it her bachelorette era, the reality is her money and career don't carry the same weight in dating as a man's achievements do. That's why she can be proud of her success and still end up sitting alone.
I'm single, I'm 35, and quite honestly, I'm lonely. I really don't have many single friends, and I still like and enjoy the things I did 5 years ago. Like, I still want to go out, have a cocktail, flirt, dance, and just enjoy the unpredictability that comes with going out. But here I am, it's Saturday night, I'm staying in clearly, and if you are struggling through anything like this, just know you're not alone.
35 and single, sitting at home on a Saturday night, talking about wanting to go out and party. At that age, many people already have kids and families to take care of, barely even having time for themselves. She spent her 20s chasing fun and never settled down. And now she's trying to hold on to a lifestyle that doesn't really match her age anymore. The sad part is, the fun nights out have been replaced with quiet nights in. And all she's really left with now is a glass of wine and a cat.
I love being alone, and I've loved being alone for a very long time, but it's starting to feel a little bit lonely. I used to stick by the quote that was like, I'm alone, but I'm never lonely. Now I'm kind of feeling the opposite. I don't really know. Like a few days ago, I posted that whole thing about dating, and there's nothing more, again, than I would love to have, somebody here to like care about me and me care about them and like have a companion, have kind of like a second place that like I could go to, whatever. But I don't have that right now. I got two best friends, and they are the best friends that I could ever ask for. One's going to medical school, the other's going to grad school. I ain't seeing those suckers. My job is super solo and I live at home. So the only people that I really talk to are my parents. And because I lived alone for 4 years and like coming back to them, bless their hearts that I can stay here with them, but we don't get along. Like, we butt heads. They don't understand like the age that I'm at. There's a disconnect, you know what I mean? There's a little bit of a divide. And so when I like go out and I try to do things, like the only place outside of work, because I do work 8-hour days, is like I go to the gym because that's the only place that I like really can like fit in time wise and whatnot. But like nobody wants to talk to you at the gym, and that's fair because that's my happy place too. And like I get it, like people want peace, but like it's the gym or the trailer, ain't nobody gonna talk to you. If I go like shopping or even like whatever, it's like Ross, Michaels, ain't nobody gonna talk to me there, you know what I mean?
I think I might be a little depressed, and I haven't admitted that in a long time, so let's talk about it. Being 29 is a really strange age to be at because your friends are getting married, they have kids, and if you're the single friend, it feels like you're a little out of place. And I don't want to say that I feel behind, but it almost feels like I'm living deja vu because I have been doing the same thing year in, year out. Even though I've moved a ton, I just feel like I'm still doing the same thing while my friends are moving forward in life, if that makes sense. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm not where I want to be in my life right now, or perhaps it's not what I envisioned my life to be at this age. Moving back to my hometown was a big mistake because it has been a constant reminder that picking the safe option is never it. I haven't been in a serious relationship in 3 years. For the most part, I was doing really great being alone. I didn't mind it, but I am starting to feel kind of lonely. But at the same time, because I know I'm going to be moving in a few months, I don't want to dedicate time to somebody who lives here, nor do I see really anyone here to be dating anyways. Like, as much as I am an independent single female, there are times where I do kind of wish I had someone to do my life with. I will say a part of me is afraid to get my feelings hurt again, or afraid that perhaps I'll never find somebody that gets me, because so far the men have been really disappointing. I'm also coming to this realization that I do in fact look like my age, and I am getting older, and it freaks me out a little bit. There are some days where I'm just grieving the freedom and the fun and the flexibility of my early 20s, and I wish I could have that back, but at the same time, it's like I'm looking forward to what life has to bring me, but I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared that the life that I'm building, is it gonna be the life that I want? Or am I being naive about achieving these big dreams? Am I stupid for posting on the internet? Like, is this dumb? Am I helping anyone really? I don't know. I just feel what am I doing with my life sometimes? And I guess I haven't admitted this in a long time, that maybe I am getting lonely and I miss what my life used to look like, because I feel like I had such a big community and all of us had so much free time and freedom to hang out with each other, and things are just so different now. Is anyone else feeling this way? Turning 30, are we all in our feelings? Are we all crashing out? Because I feel like I have been crying for the last month, every weekend, just being really nostalgic about how my life used to look like, and now it just feels weird. And yeah, I own a home and my job isn't horrible, but something's missing, and I want to feel something again.
Those carefree wild days she's missing? Yeah, they don't come back. Watching friends get married, have kids, and move forward while still chasing freedom and fun hits hard. Independence is fine, but it doesn't stop the clock or make the dating market pause. Being picky after heartbreak is understandable, but waiting too long and clinging to nostalgia only narrows the options. Life moves on, and the harder reality is that choices from the past now shape what's left.
So I'm 28 years old, and I have never had a boyfriend or any type of relationship, and I have always been chronically single. And it's definitely a very fair feeling for me to have moments where I'm sad and I'm down about being alone and not having the love of my life and not being in an intimate relationship. But when I start to have those moments and I really start to spiral, I think of the women that didn't really have the opportunities that I currently have. And by opportunities, I mean opportunities of being a single woman in your 20s in today's age. A lot of us know a lot of people that for many years it was expected that women settle down in their 20s, they get married and have a couple of kids. And let me say, there's nothing wrong with that. I know many, many people that, don't regret their decisions and are very happy with the lives that they have, that are married and have children. I did recently talk to somebody who did marry and have kids in their 20s, who said that they have moments where they sometimes wish they had the chance to just live alone for a little bit, go travel, invest more in money and hobbies and time with friends and just things like that. So sometimes you might see people who have things that you really want in this life, that those people might look at you and say, well, I kind of wish I had a little bit of what you had. Even my mom and grandmother have said how proud they are that I've taken charge of my life and am doing the things I want to do and doing the things that make me happy. They do tell me that I have all the time in the world to meet the love of my life and settle down and have kids. But I don't always have these opportunities to travel and read the books I want, watch the shows that I want, go hang out with my friends whenever I want to. So really the message here is, when you start to go really, really down deep into your feelings and sadness about being this chronically single person,
just remember the opportunities you have that other people might not have, and to just take advantage of the life and opportunities that you have been given.
Women in their late 20s and 30s who've never been married or had a serious relationship feel loneliness much harder. When they see others with a husband, a family, and stability, it hits them. And deep down, they know time isn't on their side. Saying you have all the time in the world to settle down and have kids is just not true. Biology doesn't wait, and neither does the dating market.